There are parts of me I rarely show, not because they're dark, but because they're quiet, and the world listens loud. I learned early how to adapt, how to read a room, how to soften my edges so I wouldn't be consumed. But somewhere along the way, I confused survival with living. I gave too much of myself without knowing what I was giving. I mistook tension for purpose, movement for growth. I thought being needed was the same as being close. It took a long kind of time to finally sit still, to notice how my chest felt when I stopped pushing my will. I saw how often I said yes when my body whispered no, how I ignored my own signals just to keep the flow. So I started listening closer to the pauses between my thoughts, to the moments after silence when truth quietly knocks. Not everything I found was gentle, some of it stung to see, but honesty has a way of setting something free. I don't rush past discomfort now, I let it speak its part. It usually points me back to a neglected heart. There are nights I still feel empty, like something's missing inside, but I don't fill the space with noise. I let the feeling ride. I've learned that loneliness isn't always a lack of love. Sometimes it's an invitation to meet yourself without gloves.
I sit with my reflection without trying to adjust. I see the flaws, the softness, the fear, the trust. I don't need to be impressive, I don't need to be strong. I just need to stay aligned with where I truly belong.
The world keeps offering shortcuts, ways to numb or escape, but I choose the slower road, even when it aches, because there's something sacred in choosing to feel and letting moments unfold instead of forcing them real. I forgive myself more often for the times I didn't know, for the ways I protected myself by letting things go. Growth doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like rest, like staying in one place long enough to hear your own chest. I don't chase the future's promise, I don't fight the past's weight. I stay present with what's here and trust that it's not too late. There's a quiet confidence growing, not loud, not complete, just a steady understanding that my pace is enough for me. So I breathe without expectation, I walk without a role. I let life touch me honestly without losing control. And maybe good energy isn't something you search for or define. Maybe it's what appears when you stop abandoning your own time. I'm not arriving anywhere, I'm not trying to be new, I'm just learning how to stay and be true. Don't remember the exact moment when things started to feel lighter. It It wasn't a decision or a promise, more like learning not to tighten. I stopped measuring my worth by how much I could endure. I stopped calling exhaustion strain, stopped pretending I was sure.
Through years I held my breath, waiting for the right time to live. As if life was a question and I needed permission to give.
I carried old conversations long after they were done. Words that stayed in my sense, like shadows back in the sun.
The time was a quiet wisdom, it doesn't rush or explain. So it softens the edges of what once felt like pain.
I began to notice small shifts, the way mornings feel less heavy, the way silence stopped accusing me and started feeling steady.
I don't wake up feelings, I don't sleep without doubt, but I'm alone to let those feelings decide what I'm about.
Some nights I sit with my thoughts and come without a fade. I've been listening closely, turns darkness into light.
Not everything needs fixing, not every feeling needs a name. Some things just need space to pass through you and change.
I don't chase clarity anymore, I don't need a perfect view. I trust the slow unfolding will becoming something true.
There's beauty in not knowing and leaving doors half open and letting life surprise you instead of every word spoken.
I walk gentle with myself now, even when I fall behind. I understand that healing isn't winning your kind. The past still whispers sometimes, but it doesn't pull me back. I hear it, I thank you, tell it trying to where I'm at. I don't rush
The future, I replay yesterday. I stay close to this moment in the simplest way.
breathing without expectation, standing where my feet are found, feeling grounded in uncertainty, then peace come around.
Maybe good energy is patience with the person you've become. Your compassion for the version that didn't know where to run.
It's choosing honesty over comfort, stillness over noise, listening to your inner rhythm instead of loud voices. So I keep moving quietly, not to arrive, not to cool, just staying present and open. Every step I choose, I'm not searching for a new love.
I'm learning how to stay
time I didn't trust the stillness. Thought it meant I was falling behind. Every pause felt like a question, every silence a sign. I kept my hands busy with tomorrow, and my mind stuck in yesterday. Afraid if I stopped moving, I'd feel everything I pushed away. But something changes when you're tired of pretending you're okay. When the noise stops impressing you and you just want a quiet day. So I sat with the weight of it. No music, no phone, no plan. Just me and the sound of breathing. Try you understand. I noticed how my chest felt tighter when I lied even small, and how relief came softly when I didn't pretend at all. Some truths don't arrive screaming, they don't break the door down. They wait patiently in the corner until you finally turn around. I realize peace isn't constant. It comes and it goes like the tide, but it visits more often when I stop running inside. I don't romanticize the struggle, I don't glorify the pain, but I respect what it taught me about loss, about change. There are days I still feel fragile, like one word could pull me apart. But I'm learning that tenderness isn't weakness of the heart. I speak to myself more gently now, even when I don't succeed. I remind myself I'm learning, not failing, just being me. The past still knocks sometimes late at night, uninvited, but I don't lock the door anymore. I listen, then I let it slide. I don't need everything figured out, I don't need control. I trust the slow unfolding of whatever makes me whole. There's a warmth in choosing presence and staying when it's uncomfortable, in letting moments be unfinished and still feel meaningful. Maybe good energy isn't a feeling, maybe it's a decision you make to stay honest with yourself at every bend, every break. To rest when you're empty, to move when it feels right, to forgive your own shadow without needing the light. So I walk with less armor and I breathe with more space. I don't rush the becoming, I let life set the pace. I'm not searching for peace anymore, I let it find me instead. In quiet mornings, slow evenings, and the things left unsaid. don't talk much about the days I lost. They don't ask to be remembered, but sometimes they sit beside me, like old friends who know my temper. They remind me who I was when everything felt urgent, when rest felt like a weakness and love felt like a burden.
I thought peace meant disappearing, leaving parts of myself behind. But the truth waited patiently in the corners of my mind.
It's a stay, not everything needs escaping. Some things need your attention, some wounds need time.
So I stayed when it was uncomfortable, when distraction lost its charm. I stayed with the quiet tension instead of sounding the alarm.
I notice how my body speaks before my thoughts catch up, how a tight chest knows the truth before my mouth opens up.
I started trusting small instincts, the ones I used to ignore, like knowing when to walk away and when to stay a little more.
There's a softness in choosing less, in not proving what you feel, in letting moments be incomplete and still be real.
Some nights I feel unfinished, like a sentence without an end. But I've learned that uncertainty doesn't always pretend.
It just asks you to be present, to sit without a plan, to accept that becoming is slower than demand. I don't label every emotion now, I don't rush to understand. Some feelings just want space, not answers, not commands.
I'm kinder in my inner voice when things don't go my way. I don't shame myself for resting, I don't rush myself to stay brave. The world keeps asking for speed, for certainty, for signs, but my life feels truer when I move in my own time.
There's strength in quiet mornings, in choosing not to explain, and finding comfort in routine without calling it mundane. I don't chase the perfect balance, I let imbalance teach. I listen when discomfort has something real to preach. I made peace with my shadows, they don't scare me anymore. They only show where light hasn't reached before.
I'm not chasing a higher version, I'm not trying to transcend. I'm learning how to stay human until the very end.
So I breathe in without expectation, I exhale the need to know. I trust the rhythm of living, even when it's slow.
And maybe good energy is patience with the shape your life takes. Not forcing clarity, not rushing your mistakes. Just walking with awareness, letting moments arrive. Choosing honesty over comfort and calling that alive. with the light on my face, windows open, air feels new. No rush, no heavy thoughts, just another day to move. Coffee cooling on the table, music playing low and bright. I don't need a big plan, I just let the moment guide. Feet on the floor, heart in time, every step feels easy now. There's a rhythm in the simple things I never noticed. How I'm not chasing yesterday, I'm not worried what's ahead. I feel alive in small details and the words I haven't said. As sun comes in, soft and warm, like it knows me well. Every sound, every breath feels like a story I can tell. I move light, I move free, nothing pulling me apart. Just a quiet kind of happiness dancing in my heart. No pressure, no pretending, no reason to slow down. I smile for no special reason, walking through the town. My life feels good in motion when I stop overthinking. Let the day unfold itself, one moment blinking. I don't need to be louder, I don't need to be fast. I just stay in this feeling, let it last. There's a beat in every morning, if you listen close enough. It's not asking for perfection, just a little trust. So I slip into the daylight with an open state of mind. Nothing big, nothing heavy, just good energy, good time. I used to think calm was something you reached, like a place at the end of a road. If I just kept going, kept proving, I'd finally feel whole. But life doesn't work like a finish line. It moves in circles and waves. Some days you feel open and steady, some days you're barely okay. I spent years trying to be stronger than what I was actually feeling. Calling numbness peace, calling distance healing. I didn't know that slowing down would ask me harder things, like sitting with my own thoughts without escaping. There's a quiet fear and stillness when you stop running away. You hear the parts of yourself that were never given a say. Old memories surface gently, not to hurt, not to stay, just asking to be noticed before they fade away.
I learned that pain isn't the enemy, it's a signal, not a flaw. It shows you where you care deeply, where something mattered before. Some nights I feel the weight again, a familiar kind of ache, but I don't panic like I used to. I know it will break. I let emotions come and go, like weather passing through. I don't build my home in storms, I just watch them move. There's something honest in acceptance, not giving up, not giving in, just allowing life to unfold from wherever you've been. I don't rush joy when it arrives, I don't cling it's tired and worn down, I forgive the versions of me that didn't know how to cope. They did the best they could with the tools they were shown. Growth isn't loud or dramatic, it doesn't announce its name. It looks like choosing rest instead of feeding the flame. It looks like staying present even when it's uncomfortable, trusting that uncertainty is still something livable. I don't need everything answered, I don't need to feel complete. I'm learning to feel grounded, standing on uncertain feet. And maybe good energy is this, not happiness, not control, but a steady relationship with your own soul. Knowing when to move forward, knowing when to stay, listening closely when life whispers instead of shouts your way. So I walk with a softer posture, less guarded, less afraid. I don't rush the becoming, I let it be delayed. I'm not trying to escape myself, I'm learning how to stay. And in that quiet commit, I finally find my way. Morning finds me half awake, soft steps in the light. No alarms inside my chest, no need to fight. Air moves easy through the room, like it's on my side. I don't ask today for speed, I let it guide.
Curtains grow, the sky feels kind. Time loosens its grip. Every thought arrives on time and learns to sit. I'm not chasing the early winds, I'm not late at all. Energy is waking up behind the calm.
I used to push the fire hard to feel the heat. Now I feel a steady flame in every beat.
Quiet spark, moving slow, warmth begins to grow. I don't need a force to start, I let it flow. Quiet spark, clear and bright, soft power in my sight. This is how the morning moves when it's right.
Coffee steam becomes a pause, sound climbs without sound. I don't need loud beginnings to feel found. Every sound is where it lands, every breath feels true. I'm not fixed, I'm who I am, I'm waking through.
The world can wait a moment more, I learned a better pace, where listening builds momentum and leaves no trace. I don't wake up racing time, I don't wake up tense, I wake up letting energy make sense.
I don't pull the day ahead, I don't pretend. There's a strength in letting calm instead.
Quiet spark, moving slow, focus finds its glow. Nothing heavy on my shoulders, steady ground below. Quiet spark, clear and bright, calm that feels alive. I move with what the morning gives and arrive.
If if the noise comes later on, if the calm runs thin, I'll return to this beginning and breathe it in. No finish line, no final test, no need to prove, just light and sound and open space to move. Soft groove, open sky, everything loves. Quiet spot, more than soul. Quiet spot, moving slow, energy that doesn't rush. I don't need to push my life, I trust. Quiet sparkling bright, sunrise in my chest, calm, awaken, moving forward. This feels best. Soft light, steady flow. Quiet spark, quiet spark. I didn't arrive here suddenly. It took years of small mistakes, wrong turns that taught me patience. Nights I stayed awake. I remember one uncertainty, clear answers, solid ground. But life kept offering questions. Silence was the sound.
There were days I felt invisible, even in a crowded room, smiling out of habit, hoping something real would bloom. I learned how easy it is to disappear into routine, to live life on the surface and forget what you mean. But something cracked one evening, nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just a tired kind of honesty that finally spoke out.
I admitted I was lonely, not broken, not undone, just missing my own presence after everything I'd run. So I stopped explaining myself to voices that never stayed, and started listening when in a slower, softer way.
Some days I still feel uncertain, like I'm standing on a line between who I used to be and who I'm becoming in time.
But I've made peace with the in-between,
A place where nothing is clear,
where growth feels uncomfortable,
but strangely sincere.
I don't rush joy when it comes.
I let it sit, let it breathe.
I've learned happiness isn't loud.
It doesn't beg to be seen.
There's beauty in ordinary moments,
In coffee cooling down,
and walking without direction.
through familiar parts of town.
I don't judge my sadness anymore.
It doesn't scare me like before.
I see it as a visitor.
Not a sentence, not a door.
I talk to myself with more kindness, especially on harder days. I've realized survival itself deserves a little praise. The past still tells a story, sometimes softer, sometimes sharp, but I don't let it define me. I let it play its part. I'm learning to trust my rhythm, even when it feels slow. Not every season is meant for showing, sometimes just grow.
I don't need constant light now. I don't fear the shade. I know who I am in quiet, when nothing needs to be said. And maybe that's good energy,
Not excitement, not escape,
but staying with your own truth,
in every form it takes.
choosing presence over pressure,
Choosing rest over race.
letting life unfold naturally at its own pace.
So here I am still learning,
Still open, still unsure,
but more honest than I've ever been.
somehow that feels pure.
I don't promise perfection,
And I don't chase a higher state,
I just keep showing up gently,
and letting that be enough.
I was quiet for a while, listening to my own breath, trying to remember who I was before the rush. The world kept moving faster, but my heart needed space. So I learned how to slow down and look myself in the face.
Some days I feel open, some nights I feel unsure, but I don't fight the feeling, I let it come, let it pour. I'm not chasing every answer, I'm not running from the past. I'm just standing in this moment, letting something real last.
There's a calm beneath the noise, if you stay long enough. Not a miracle or promise, just a quiet kind of trust. I don't need to shine brighter, I don't need to be strong,
I just need to stay honest, when I feel right, when I'm wrong.
maybe that's the energy people try so hard to find. Not something you give, just a piece you make with time.
I breathe in what feels true, I release what I can't hold. I'm not broken, I'm just human, learning as I go. No big words, no illusions, no perfect state of mind, just a soft and steady rhythm, keeping me alive. I don't ask life to be easier and more. I ask myself to be present, to meet each moment as it comes, without resistance. I've seen how quickly joy fades when you try to own it, how peace slips away the moment you name it. So I let things pass through me without gripping too tight. I've learned that holding gently is its own kind of might.
There were years I tried to be understood, explaining every choice I made, but clarity doesn't come from words, it comes from how you stay. I stopped shrinking my truth to fit into borrowed spaces, stopped performing calm with tired faces. I choose honesty now, even when it costs, even when it asks me to sit with loss. Not every ending feels clean, some leave questions behind, but I've learned that confusion is still a sign of life.
This time
I learned how to listen to fatigue before it turns to pain, how to rest without guilt, how to stop explaining. There's dignity in simplicity, in choosing less. Let nothing known and buried moments be enough to bless.
I don't measure my worth by productivity or speed. I honor the unseen work of planting unseen seeds. The world may move impatient, demanding answers now, but I've grown comfortable with unanswered how.
I speak to myself like a friend, not a project to fix. I allow contradictions, I don't need to be consistent.
Some days feel grounded, some days feel thin, but I don't abandon myself in either skin.
I've learned that balance isn't staying still, it's returning to center again and again by will. I don't romanticize suffering, but I don't deny it too. It shaped my depth before I ever knew.
So I walk with awareness, not rushing the view. I let life reveal itself when it's ready to. And maybe good energy, wisdom, learn quietly over time. Not loud joy or endless light, but peace that doesn't need to shine.
It's trusting your inner tempo, even when it's slow.
Stay when it's uncomfortable and leave it when you know.
I don't need a final version, I don't need a role to play.
I just keep choosing presence at the end of each day. And in that choice, repeat it softly, again and again. I find a steady warmth that feels like home in my skin.
The city breezed over after midnight, when the lights stop trying so hard. That's when I feel closest to myself. Not broken, not guarded, just soft. I walk without checking the time, remember who I was in a hurry, always afraid of falling behind, as if life was a race I didn't choose, but still tried to win every time. I carried expectations like armor, or straight for tenderness lit. Forgot that being present was the bravest thing I could give. Somewhere between tired and quiet, I stopped arguing with the past, stopped asking all moments why they didn't last. I realized not everything is barely, some things just finish their own. They leave space behind them, so something else can grow. I don't rewrite old memories now, I let them exist as they are. They undefined where I'm going, they just show how far I've come. Cause I come in what lives underneath, moving on as I once believed. It doesn't shout automatic, waves patiently to be seen. I feel it when I stop explaining, when I let the silence stay, and I rush to fill the gaps with words I don't mean to stay. Some nights feel heavier than others, but I don't label them all. They're part of the same rhythm that carries me along. I've learned that balance isn't stillness, moves and shifts. Some days it feels like breathing, some days it feels like grit. I'll try to control the future, I don't replay what's gone. I stand in the space between, where life keeps moving on. There's freedom in choosing less, and not needing to be seen, and find a peace in ordinary things that don't try to be pristine. Like the sound of distant traffic, or windows slightly open, like unfinished conversations that no longer feel broken. I talk to myself more gently now, especially when I'm unsure. I don't demand clarity, I allow myself to endure. Not everything needs meaning, not every feeling I name. Some
up slow with the morning light. Breathing in, everything feels right. No rush now, I got time. Every step falls into line. Soft wind moving through my mind, leaving all the weight behind. I don't chase, I don't fight. I just flow into the night. Good energy all around me. Feel it rising, feel it free. Every moment gently reminds me this is where I'm meant to be. Good energy, calm and clear. In my heart I keep it near. No fear left, no doubt inside. I'm aligned, I'm alive.
Golden thoughts, easy pace, peace reflected on my face. What I need is already here. I let go, the path is clear.
Heart be steady, slow and true. Everything returns to you. I trust the silence, trust the sound. I'm grounded while I'm floating now. Good energy all around me. Feel it rising, feel it free. Every moment gently reminds me this is where I'm meant to be. Good energy, calm and clear. In my heart I keep it near.
No fear left, no doubt inside. I'm aligned, I'm alive. No more waiting and no more sign. This moment is already mine. Light within, soft and strong. I've been here all along.
Good energy. Good energy. Good energy. Good energy. I breathe it in. I let it stay. I'm moving light. I'm okay. Good energy.
I used to think I had to move faster to be seen, to belong. Like if I stop for a second, everything good would be gone. So I fill the silence with noise, and the nights with restless plans. But the more I try to control it, the less I could understand. There was a moment in the quiet, between a thought and a sigh, when I felt something soften, like the world wasn't asking me why.
I started listening deeper, not to voices, not to fear, but to the space in my chest when something honest felt near.
Some days still feel heavy, some memories stay loud, but I don't push them away now. I let them pass through the crowd. I learned that healing isn't lightning. It doesn't strike, it doesn't burn. It's a slow return to yourself, lesson after lesson learned. I don't need to be perfect, maybe that's the energy. Not loud, not forced, not bright. Just a steady inner balance that stays even at night. I forgive who I was when I didn't know my way. I thank myself for surviving all the nights I couldn't stay. I walk slower than before, but my steps feel more mine. Every scar tells a story, every loss drew a line. I don't need a final answer, I don't need a sign above. I trust the way I'm moving with a little care, a little love. So I breathe in what feels honest, I let go of what I outgrew. I'm not searching for a higher place, I'm just becoming true. No spotlight, no disguise, no version I have to play. Just good energy flowing in the simplest way. Easy today, light slips in, no rush. I stretch my arms, breathe it in, everything feels enough. Shoes on, keys in my hand, street sounds feel alive. There's a rhythm in the way I move, like the day and I align. Heavy thoughts, no replay. I let the past stay asleep. I'm wide awake in this moment. Every step feels deep. Sun on my skin, simple smile, nothing more I need. I don't chase the perfect feeling, I just let it lead. I move with the beat of the city, soft and steady, no race. Every sound feels friendly, every face has a place. I'm not late, I'm not early, I'm right here, right now. There's a quiet kind of confidence in knowing how music plays, heart responds like it's always known. This little joy in motion feels like home. I don't carry yesterday, I don't borrow tomorrow. I stay light in the present, let go of the sorrow. Every breath feels cleaner, every thought slows down. I find peace in movement as I walk through town. Nothing big, nothing loud, just a gentle start. Good energy in small moments, dancing in my heart. So I keep this pace, let the sunlight stay. Not trying to go anywhere, just enjoying the way. Day slips in without a sound. Soft light on the floor. Nothing knocking at my chest. Nothing asking for more. I breathe in slow, the air feels clean, like it knows my name. I don't chase the morning mood, I let it come the same.
Windows open, sky feels wide. Time loosens its hold. Every thought feels warm and clear. Nothing sharp or cold. I'm not late, I'm not behind. I'm right where I stay. Energy moves quietly and finds its way.
I used to rush to feel alive, to prove I'm on my way. Now I feel the spark arrive when I don't push the day. Easy like new day, soft energy in my veins.
I don't need to run ahead, I let the rhythm stay.
Easy like new day, calm but moving through.
This is how the morning feels when I'm true.
Coffee, steam, a gentle pause. Sun climbs slow and kind.
I don't need loud beginnings to clear my mind. Every sound is in its place, every breath feels right. I'm not fixing what I am, I'm waking up to light.
The world can wait a little bit. I've learned a better pace, where listening builds momentum more than speed or race. I don't wake up fighting time, I don't wake up tense. I wake up letting energy sense.
I don't force the flow today, I don't pull a strain. I trust the way this quiet strain remains.
Easy like new day, warm, calm in every sound.
Nothing heavy on my shoulders, just steady ground.
Easy like new day, focus soft and clear.
I move with what the morning gives and stay here. If the noise comes later on, if the calm feels thin, I return to this beginning and breathe it in. No finish line, no final test, no need to prove. Just light and sound and open space to move. Slow groove, open sky. Everything aligns. Easy like new day, energy that doesn't rush. I don't need to push my life, I trust. Easy like